Hey, QuesoDivas. Ooh, I'm cozy tonight, which is a dangerous combination because I have a first date in T minus 2 hours. Oh, you guys saw that. I tried to be slick with my pop pop. All right. Today, I will be sharing the story of my eighth worst date of 2025. I went on 74 dates in 2025. After tonight, it's going to be 75 dates because my first date's tonight. Who knows? He might be a special addition to the list. I actually have two first dates this week. Actually, three. Originally, I had four, but they never all plan out. Like, they drop like flies. But I have one tonight and I have one tomorrow. So we'll see. They'll probably be mediocre and average, like all the other. I honestly haven't been on a first date in a while. The last first date I went on was before my birthday. Oh, the last first date I went on was just so beyond boring. And I'm just now realizing I accidentally ghosted him. He texted me. Wait. I'm totally realizing now I completely forgot to text him back. He asked me like what I was doing this week and if I could get a drink. And like honestly, I don't have time to see him and I don't really want to. He was a complainer. I hate when people in general are huge complainers. And it's funny because I'm complaining about people being complainers, but it's fun when I do it. Also, I look like the Cookie Monster tonight. I'm not wearing this on my first date. I'm not sure what I'm going to be wearing. Yeah, I know I'm going to be wearing my black yogas. So I have these on. And then it's freezing in my apartment. It's freezing in New York City. I need a beach vacation with a man ASAP. That was like a Drake length interlude. Oh my God, you guys. Welcome to the eighth worst date of 2025. Today, our man is Meta Glasses. I just went back in my close friends to try to like jog some memories with this dude. And he made me change a prompt on my Hinge, which my Hinge has stayed universally the same throughout the entire year. This man stirred up something inside me for me to add in a text prompt screener. And it's honestly worked wonders since. Reveal at the end. So this man and I, guess where we met? I'm waiting. Hinge. And I'm recognizing a pattern because Beefy 5-layer burrito also had this issue. My 10th worst date of 2025. I show up. Their photos are way hotter than them. Now, what turned my head about this man is he knew how to plan a date. This man and I went on 2 dates. This will probably be one of the only guys in all of my stories that I went on 2 dates with. So our first date was at this place. And I guess this one's going to get visuals, you guys. I need to give you guys visuals of like these places I'm going so you understand how good this is. The first place we go to is Nebulous. You snooze, you lose. I have no idea how you say it, but it is a place I've been wanting to go in New York City for so long. This is like the most bougie cocktail lounge. It's at the top of like some fancy schmancy hotel. But yes, he took me to Nubaloo Badoo. If you're ever in New York City, definitely go. This was like my dream date spot. It's super cozy. It's like booths. You're looking at this insane view of New York City, especially if it was like a really super nice night with a nice sunset. This night was like gloomy, cloudy, but it's also stupid expensive. And he just let me get food too. He was just like so down for me to like get whatever I wanted. I remember they had a grilled cheese. It's the tiniest grilled cheese I've ever seen. How much was it? The grilled cheese is $22. And I'll upload a photo of it from Belly. It is the smallest thing ever. Like, this place is fancy schmancy. Like, how much was a cocktail? Oh, yeah. $27 cocktails. Oh, 31. This one's 31. 26, 26, 26, 25, 24. 32. $32 cocktail. I sound like an auctioneer right now. 28, 27, 27, 27. So anyway, this place was bouge. I really wanted to go. He looked cute in his photos, but he was very, like, I remember we were texting before. And he was very super spiritual. Should I go back to our text? Oh, he kind of like creeped me out though. Yeah. So I'm going back in our text. It got a little darker in here. I'm going back in our text. I'm reliving the trauma for the first time in this series. Yes, I keep all my texts ever. I actually just had to start deleting some because my iCloud is full and they want me to go from $2.99 to $29.99 a month. We live in a subscription society, and so I'm just being petty and not doing it, even though like my job is on my phone and everything takes up so much storage. But my messages take up like 150 gigabytes. So I deleted the ones that I thought were the biggest. I deleted my entire text chain with my ex. That was 3.5 years. And it only cleared 1 gigabyte. Insane. So I basically, a long way of me saying I have these texts. So I say, hey, it's Claire. Next Tuesday works. He says, excellent. Excellent to meet you. Trade Insta? You can see my travel pics and get an idea for some of our future adventures. And I just didn't respond. Wait, what? Yeah, I just didn't respond. And then he texted me the next day in the morning, what part of town is home? Oh, and so then I respond, okay, boundaries. I say, to be honest, I don't really like trading Instas with people I don't know. Happy to share once we go on a date or two. I'd rather know if we vibe in person first. I feel like I definitely used ChatGPT for that. So clearly I'm obviously like not that interested if I like stopped responding after he asked for my Insta, which it is like one of my pet peeves. And that is a message that I always send something. I literally just sent one. Like any guy that's asking to trade Instas, or if he has an Insta in his Hinge, I'm just like, it's an absolutely no from me, dog. Like, and this is like foreshadowing like an issue later, but I was just like, because it's like, why do you need to see my Insta? Like, clearly we're like planning a date, and this literally just happened to me last week with an actually like super, super yummy, delicious, yummy arm candy man. And he asked me for my Insta, and I was like, no. Why do you have to ask? Because also, I'm just an ordinary girl. I'm not. You look me up on Instagram and you think I am insanely full of myself. All I do is post photos of myself, videos of myself. I document my life. I'm like, on my stories every single day. Like, I'm living the dream. But to a man, that's scary. To most men, that's scary. Because that even has me thinking on my first date tonight, what am I going to tell him when he asks me what I do for work? Usually what I say low-key is like, I do freelance social media. My friend Maddie taught me that one. She just like says that, and I'm like, go off. Let's be ambiguous. And it's like after I meet someone in person for the first time, I'm totally fine with giving them my Instagram. I don't like really want to follow you on Instagram because odds are I'm like not gonna go on more than like 3 dates with you and then I'm following you on Instagram for life. Like, I'm just not interested in that either. Like, I don't like, this is a safe space for the women. I don't want to follow a man. Also don't want a guy that's like important to. So the fact that he said this right off the bat, I'm like not super into. But go off. Me setting a boundary. Okay, so he says, of course, totally understand. Have you been to this place, Nubaloobaloo's, yet? Oh, and I get excited after this. I text him back immediately after like taking a day to respond. I say, I've heard of it, but never been. Let's do Sunset. Because if there's one thing about this girl, I love a sunset. Sunsets are like the greatest gift on earth. Like, it is so beautiful, crazy. And whenever I can see a sunset in New York City, I am like floored. I say, let's do Sunset. He said, cool, made us a res. Like, honestly, like green flags after this. See you then, counting down. I just heart it. And a few days later, he asked me, how's my week going? Whoa. Then sends me a photo of him at a pool. I'm kind of into it. He's sending me a photo in front of a pool. And if there's one thing about me, I also love a pool. Like, I love pools. So I'm excited. And then now I'm realizing he keeps sending me photos of his feet. Since this is a photo of him in front of a pool, his feet are pretty prominent. And then I guess he's like, yeah, I'm on a family trip right now. I'm like, okay, random. It's like the middle of the week. He sends me another photo of his feet. This time in front of a different body of water, a beach. But I literally just respond, dogs again. Oh, wait, I remember this. This is crazy. Damn, this guy I just ended up like texting a lot. But usually I don't text this much like before a date, but I think he was like on a trip and he just like kept texting me. I'm like, okay, like this guy was not afraid to double text. So I say dogs again. And then he said like something like, I'm getting tan basically. Then sends me a photo of him in this like stance on the beach. Like, this is a full body sunset photo. Honestly, his bod looks like pretty good in this, which we'll learn is like a cat. Like, he really doesn't look bad in this. Like, he doesn't look bad. And he sends this to me and says, my brother took this epic pic. And I said, new Hinge pic or just for me? Then he says, just send it to you. Didn't add it to Hinge. I'm trying to get off that for the record. And that's where I'll stop, because this man added that photo to his Hinge. Like, I think it was like before our first date even happened, this photo was on his Hinge. This is what's wrong with men. This is exactly what's wrong with men, is they lie. Like, why are they saying that? Because I can think of probably like 30 different instances that has happened to me. That similar situation with like a photo has happened to me this year. This happened to me today. This one guy that I'm texting that lives across the world, and I'm just like having fun and texting him. He sent me a selfie today, like he usually does. We send selfies back and forth. I treat text message like it's Snapchat, because I don't use Snapchat. I'm not Snapchatting boys. So I'm like sending you a selfie, like you will remember my name, like remember my face. Like that's how you make yourself memorable, ladies. Just start sending like cute photos of like what you're doing. Like they love that. Also, it's kind of cute because sometimes they'll send them back and they'll send you like a selfie and stuff, and it's just very vulnerable for a guy to like send a selfie when it's like he's like a finance bro and like never takes selfies, and like I'm like, send me a selfie. I love that. That's my kind of crazy. And texting the guy on the other side of the world. So he sends me a selfie back today, and I'm like, I think I've seen this play before. I scroll back up. He's already sent me the selfie. He sent me the selfie the first day we started texting, because I was like, why does this selfie look so familiar? I'm like, I literally called him out. I'm like, you're resending a selfie right now. Like, that's so embarrassing. So annoying. I think it's like, I doubt oh my God, wait, who just texted me? I must have been like, well, I think I was just like intrigued. Yeah, he was very into this healing touch thing that he had, this like magnetic healing touch. And he said that he's like reading books about it and stuff. And is like, yeah, he was like, I really let women be in their feminine energy. I'm reading books about how to not be a toxic male and use my testosterone to harness power and change lives and all this yada, yada, yada. So clearly I'm interested. And then he's flipping over a tarot card on the day of our date, and he sent it to me and said it was the Empress card. And I was like, honestly, one thing about me, I'm the Empress. Like, why not? This is a good read. I'm like, whatever. I'm also like always down to like go on a date just to like learn something. And this guy felt like he had lessons that he could teach me. Boy, was I wrong. But we get to Nubalu, have a perfect seat. I walk up and I'm just like, no. Like when I see him, I'm just like, no. Like it's just not it. And he's wearing Meta glasses. He has the Meta glasses case like on the table. And this was like right when Meta glasses came out. Like this was my first and honestly only encounter with Meta glasses. Like, who's wearing Meta glasses other than the guy at Solid Core that has beef with the instructor? That was smart that he was wearing Meta glasses. I just feel like I would look stupid in Meta glasses. They look like those 3D goggles that you get at like a 3D movie, like the 3D glasses. Like I used to wear those. Like, you know, remember when people used to wear them with like the lenses poked out? I'm like, holy crap, Meta glasses. I don't know. I was just like so interested. Remember those like Apple like goggle things? Like whatever happened to those like, what were those even called? Like the Apple goggles. I did talk to one guy that had those like when they came out, and I was sending him like hot selfies on it, and he was like putting them on his goggles, and like he was like this photo you sent me is like ginormous, like taking, I don't even know how it works. I was just like, what is going on? And like he would be like, I'm wearing my goggles right now texting you. I'm like, Jesus Christ. So we sit down and I'm kind of just like locked in on the view. Like this was that one situation because, you know, walking date yesterday, I hate being next to someone. This guy I didn't want to look at. I was like, the less I look at him, the better. He just like, I just feel like immediately he gave weird energy. Like it was just like weird energy, like, ugh, like I don't know. We sit on the date, we're talking, we're having like really good conversation. Then he mentions that he's seen my TikToks. Wait, do you think he's gonna see this? Whatever. I'm not saying anything bad about him. I'm literally just describing my experience. I completely forgot about that. He's probably like the only guy this year that has like seen my videos. before, because he was like, well, yeah, I searched you up and it was pretty easy to find your TikTok, because I think he was just really big in like wanting my Instagram, so he probably tried to like find it himself or something, and then that's how he like found it. I don't really know. He must have, and he must have like liked what he saw, but this man came ready to work. This was more of like an info like session for him. He was saying, he was like, yeah, I really want to start creating motivational content, like, you know, like those guys that like walk around with like the yellow text on the bottom of the screen, like just speaking in riddles and motivational quotes, like kind of like Andrew Tate meets like vlogger, like Team 10 vlogger in a way. Like he had one of those stabilizers. He had a stabilizer, not with him, but he was like showing me it, and he was like, yeah, I got this stabilizer to start like filming videos. And I was just like, okay, like I could be like this guy's like friend, I guess, like for this. I was like, this is fun. Because then we just like kind of had to talk about like content and like spirituality, and like I was just kind of picking his brain because he was so passionate about everything he spoke about that I was like, okay, but I could just tell it wasn't really aligning with me. But the grilled cheese at this place is honestly phenomenal. The drinks are phenomenal. I'm in a really comfy seat. The view's fantastic. Like I'm really vibing at this place. And so it's like when a guy is taking you to this nice of a place, I'm like, I think I like this little life. Like, I don't know if I like my company that much, but I like the setting of where I am. At the end of our date, obviously, I try in the meta glasses. We go out to the rooftop. He like takes a video of the roof. He did play music in the meta glasses, and it was kind of crazy. It felt like you had AirPods in, and no, you couldn't hear it like next to him. Like unless you're wearing the meta glasses, you can't hear the speaker, which I thought was really interesting because nothing's in your ear. Me saying this and then wearing like meta glasses the next episode. Hey. So obviously this guy has an eye and has a taste for good things to do in New York City, good places to go. Like suggesting Nubalu is such a good suggestion that I feel like a lot of people wouldn't know. And it is a fire date spot. It's like, I like you. So I was like, okay, I want to be wanted. And he says the most magical words I've ever heard. Do you want to go to QC Spa next time? Now, this is another moment where I need to import footage. QC Spa is the spa on Governor's Island. You have to take a ferry to get there, and it is the most like luxurious, beautiful spa. I'd only ever seen it on social media. And like the day pass for it is like, I don't really know, like 200. I don't know. I didn't pay for it. I think it's like, it's expensive though. You can go on your birthday week for buy one, get one free, but my birthday's in November, so I wouldn't want to go to the spa in November. And this was like June, and I was like, yes, QC Spa. I was probably not going to see him again, and then I was like, wait a minute, QC Spa. And I was like, okay, I could have like another like date with him, and like we could see where things go. Like, yeah, why not? Because the date overall was just like fine, like borderline, like I didn't really want to go on another one, but he's like suggesting another one, and it was like a pretty quick turnaround. I think our date was like Tuesday, then he said, okay, this Sunday let's go to QC Spa. And I'm like, I can't turn down QC Spa. Like I went to Bathhouse on a date once, and it was on a second date, and it was just like the best date ever. Like I love like kind of like cuddling in a pool, like physical touching in a pool. Even like I'm just like all for the idea of it. And when we got to QC Spa, first of all, like I was having a hard time finding the ferry port, and it was early in the morning. Our ferry was like really early, and so it was already just like a lot going on. I show up to the ferry port, and then he starts showing me immediately. He did get me food, which I liked. I think he got me like a bagel, and I was really hungry, and I was really overwhelmed because I think I got dropped off like at the other ferry port, so it's like a 15-minute walk, and I was just like flustered. And so I was like flustered, and he immediately, while I'm eating this bagel, starts showing me this like footage that he filmed of him doing his motivational thing with the stabilizer, with the big text on the bottom of the screen, with the like just saying random nonsense that men think is like, I don't even know what he was saying. It just like it was for other men. It wasn't for me. Like it wasn't gonna resonate with any woman. And and I'm just like overwhelmed. And I get to the ferry port, and I'm like, what have I done? Like, what have I done? Because this is even before we got into our swimsuits. Once we get into our swimsuits, I'm like, I'm not attracted to this man. I'm not attracted to him, but I'm spending the entire day with him in a swimsuit. I was like, gosh darn it. So I'm just going to make the most of this. I'm literally just going to make the most of this. I'm like swimming around. I'm like, let's go to this pool. We did every single attraction at this place. I was like, this sauna, this steam room. You know, he did want to do the saunas and steam rooms and stuff. I'm really not a big sauna steam room girl, but it's like, if I'm in a sauna or a steam room, like we're not touching. Like I don't want to touch you in a sauna or a steam room. And so we just like didn't touch. So during the second date, he was very like, he kept saying like, oh, this isn't going to be an every time thing. Like this is kind of like a special. It kind of felt like he was like love bombing me, but then like telling me that he was love bombing me is almost like a warning and kind of being like, I can't keep this up. And so I was just like unattracted by that. And so I decide after our QC spa day to end things. After QC spa, I think we order takeout, come back to mine. Like we just like watch a movie, chill, because like overall like he was like decent company, just like not someone I wanted to like be with romantically, but he's love bombing me at the same time. He's just like, oh my god, he's like, I've never met anyone, like he's just very like love bombing me, and I'm like, okay, like just stick around and like you can keep telling me sweet nothings. He texts me and says, do I want to go to him next week? And he lived in Jersey, and I was just like, this is what I sent him back. Hey, I've had a lot of fun on our dates and I really enjoyed our meaningful conversations, because him and I did have meaningful conversations. That said, I've been thinking since our date Sunday and I feel like I'm looking for something a bit different. You're genuinely a great guy and I don't want to waste your time. I'm not fully feeling that connection. I hope you meet someone amazing and I wish you the best. Because he was just, like I said, with the book of like male testosterone, he was very into just like touching and breathing and very like zen and like Wookiee, almost witchy Wookiee, like spiritual, to the point where I'm just like, no. And then he just texts me back, enjoy. I'm like, okay, whatever. Then he texts me back like later that day and said, are you open to hanging out short term given the other aspects of our chemistry? Because he just thought we had this like insane chemistry, like world renowned chemistry. And I was just like, no. And I just like am not responding. And then after that, he just like kept responding to me. And I said, I really meant what I said in my message. I'm not looking to hang out or continue things. I hope you understand and I wish you the best. Because he like just kept texting me after that. Like I tried to end things with him and he was still like going. So he says, okay, all the best. And then like literally a month later on Hinge, he re-liked me and like asked to try again. And I was just like, no, like, what do you not get about this? Like, I hate when I'm trying to end things with a guy, especially like end things after going on 2 dates. It's like, and they just like refuse. They're just like, no, like, I feel like no guy has like really like refused like that. And it was awkward. Like he kept texting me after, like every once in a while. I'm like, no, like I literally meant it. Like, I don't want to be with you. Like, I'm sorry we went on 2 dates. Sorry, you just like, I wanted to go to those 2 places and like, you were fine company, but not company I want ever again. In reflection, I feel like I just should have known from the meta glasses that this guy just really like wanted to be on social media, wanted to post on social media. And honestly, he was probably using me too. Now that I think about it, I think we were just like using each other. I was using him for good dates. He was using me to like pick my brain about social media. And if it worked out, then we would be a power social media couple. I wasn't about to be in a relationship with a motivational speaker with a, you know what a stabilizer. So after that, I did have to change my Hinge. I changed it to, I'm weirdly attracted to men without social media. And that has been the best screener ever. Guys are throwing themselves at me, being like, I don't have social media. I've never posted on social media. I have 2 followers. I'm finding all the men without social media. But it is really funny when on a date I say I do social media. They're like, what? I thought you liked guys without social media. But it's like, I don't casually scroll on social media that much. Like I love going on a beach vacation, putting my phone on airplane mode and never looking at it for a week. That's like my dream date. I don't think I could go on like consistent amount of dates or even like boyfriend girlfriend date a dude that's like on social media, like is like an influencer type vibe. Every relationship needs a rock and a star. I'm the star, so you need to be a rock. You need to be my rock, honestly. Dwayne the Rock. Anyways, that's number 8, meta glasses. Thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow when we go over number 7. Ow, I gotta go on my date.